Hmm.
Hey everyone, Ben here from the Ranked Podcast. Today I'm here with Max. Max is the founder of three different companies at the moment. He started out with a lot of affiliate and has many interesting stories to tell us. Hey Max, how are you doing?
Hey Benjamin, I'm good. I'm like here sitting in Germany now and can't fly back, but that's the life.
You're based in Cyprus, right?
Yeah, I'm usually based in Cyprus and I'm living there, but now I'm stuck here in Germany. But life goes on.
Excited to go back?
Yeah, for sure. I miss it.
Cool. Okay, so what do you do? Or what is the main thing that you're currently focusing on?
Yeah, like I think probably it makes more sense to start with the start of my history or what I did. I'm 18 years old right now, and I started when I was 14. I started with my cousin Nikita. He's also my business partner, and we built our first affiliate site back then. After that, we sold it after half a year and had cash we could work with this cash. So we continued to build other bigger sites, also flipped them. And after that, we started to work a lot with expireds and so on and build projects that really explode. But when we started to cooperate other companies where we built teams inside, and like there was also one time where we lost our focus, but that's like too much of the history. So right now I switched from affiliate, we can say it like that, kind of this. I switched from it and focusing now on building a team with three different companies you mentioned. One company is a software company, the other company is a marketing agency, and the third company is a company where we hold also other companies and have different corporations inside where we are working on, for example, also in our marketing agency. And that's what we do right now. Altogether, we are 24 people. And yeah, that's what I do.
Crazy. 24 people. How long did it take you to build such a team?
Mm, I think like when I really started to build the team and focused on really thinking long term and not thinking just in cash flow anymore or in like cash flow businesses and really long term businesses which have a value. I think I started to think like that read last year in yeah 2019 January I would say. And
Hmm.
from that one, we scaled that very quick and fast and good also, and the team growth. And before we just, yeah, were pretty small thinking and like just our sides and just we, for sure you had probably like more private cash flow, which you have for your own, for your own things. But I would say last year, January.
January.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's maybe go all the way to the beginning where you and your cousin started. The first site, if you can share some details, how did that go? Where did you get the idea to try affiliate?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. So we started affiliate because we wasted a lot of our time with gaming and we were not doing like cool stuff or which will bring us further in the future. That's why we decided to do something where we can learn, where we can grow our personalities, probably where we can build a future on. So we started to Google. I think like everybody started how I can make money or something like that. And where we came to affiliate and started with our first site. It was like a very small, basic Amazon affiliate niche site in the house industry for housewives. It was like the first niche site, and I remembered what we made it pretty big in traffic, not so much in revenue, but in traffic after 6 months, and had like also decent amount in revenue, but it was not so big. But we sold it for a very good amount, and afterward we continued to build other affiliate projects and stayed in this area.
Hmm. And the site was targeting the American market or the German market?
The German market, basically,
German
almost
market.
everything we did at the beginning was just German.
Hmm. Yeah, you mentioned how you, when we were talking and chatting previously on Facebook, you mentioned how you see a lot more opportunity in the German market versus in foreign markets versus, let's say, in the American market or English market in general, where everyone is just trying to focus on and compete.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really a very interesting point. And I think a lot of the listeners here for sure already know it, but like the US market is really a lot ahead of the German market, and you see it if you learn from the US market or if you test in the US market. And that's basically how I started from the beginning. And I'm seeing how the Germans are thinking. I remember 2 years ago we were still like afraid of doing something with link building and so on. Now we're a little bit more relaxed with that, but that's just one example. And I would say that the algorithm in Germany is also not so advanced how in the US, and you can do a lot more things in Germany which will work and easier work with a higher return on invest than in the US. But it's also just Germany, Sweden, Norwegian, or Italy, France, for example, are also the same things. It's also a lot easier there than the US, but Germany is really nice to start.
Yeah, exactly. I remember in Chiang Mai, Charles Float, he had a presentation. He was mentioning how foreign SEO is so much easier to do because Google at the moment apparently does not understand anything else except English, right? And thus you can get away just playing a lot dirtier, I can say, with different links. You can be a little bit more black hat and get away with it, get better returns on investment, things like that. What kind of tactics, if you can share, did you maybe use for the first site, if there are any that are a bit under the radar?
Yeah, like for the first site, there wasn't so many special tactics because it was our first site. We didn't have so much experience. But later, when we had cash, which where we can work with, and sold a few sites, we had the opportunity to try a lot of things out and to test around. And that's where we built our own PBN network, which is a big advantage to launch new site because we could basically almost launch in every niche a site and just outcompete the competitors with our own PBN. That's one example, but a lot of testing we did, but we tested a lot with with expired domains. So we built money site on expired domains, and this is something that worked pretty well in Germany. We tested a lot of it. You can like also with shit content, it ranks really, really easy in Germany. There was also one time where it started to not work anymore so easy, but it worked still in France or in Spain. So with expires, you can do a lot of interesting stuff. But I would always recommend to build like real assets, which will stay long term. And this expired game is just cool to try things out, to test it, and how far you can go with the algorithm with translated content, expires, or just spam content. It's cool to test, but not to hold.
And where did you pick up expired domains? Do you have any suggestions to the listeners?
Yeah, for sure. In Germany, if you want to buy German expired domains, there's marketplace, a back order service in Germany, which is called Nixel. This is something you can use in Germany to grab a few cool expireds. And when you also have brokers, I think you know them also to all, where in the Facebook groups and everywhere, we also have a lot of nice domains. You can also work in the German market with .com domains, TB Solutions, or Carlin, or the other brokers. I think you know them, but especially in the German market, whereas Nixel, which is one of my favorite domain orders, is also a good one.
Yeah, I wanted to say how recently I started a site, and it was just the difference. It doesn't really have many links or DR, but it just has the age, right? So the domain, I think, is almost 800 days old. This is in the US market, and just because of the age, you can skip right past the sandbox, right? I know many call it a myth, but for this site, for example, it just started ranking like crazy. Sure, the keywords are KD0, but even for KD0 to 5, usually it takes a few months to really break through, right?
Yeah, it's crazy what works with experts. To be honest, until now, I never found, I never find out until now why an expert is working and why it's not working. Because we tested so much things, and where were experts we bought for a few $1,000s, which never worked until now. We didn't explode. But where were experts we bought for $10, which had spam, really a spammy profile, but we just had the age, we never had traffic. If I look at them at the first glance, I would say never use them, but we worked out somehow. So we had a lot of different experiences where it's pretty strange, but that's how SEO is. You have to try out what works and do what works.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, you sold the first site, the housewife site. What did you, so then you started building out the PBN network. Anything else that you started trying out to build up more traffic revenue faster?
Yeah, the first thing we did after we sold our first site is what we cutted one thing out we did ourselves. For example, in Germany, forum links were working pretty well at this time, and because at the beginning we didn't had any amount of cash, we used to build them on ourselves. And that was the first thing where we hired our first pupils part-time just in Germany to build forum links for us. We didn't want to use a service because we had an idea to build our own service, use them for us, and also monetize them if we get others the opportunity to use it. So we had it like at the end where we have zero profit because we used it for our own purposes, and we also gave that to our people. That's what we did first, and this was like our leverage effect because we had the opportunity to build new sites to boost them just with our forum links. So we had a lot of accounts, and that's how we built the next sites. Later, after we built them, we also built our PBN and so on.
Mm-hmm. So you essentially, this is when you started transitioning from not only your own sites, but also more like service slash client SEO as well, if I'm guessing correctly.
Yes, we clients booked that service, but that was not our main focus because the main purpose was to like use this leverage effect to use it for our own things, but clients used it also, and a few big ones. So this was our first experience with that, but not the main focus.
Mm-hmm. So what was the max point, like maximum high that you scaled to with these affiliate sites before really deciding to shift your approach to the companies and things like that?
Yeah, you mean in revenue?
In revenue, in the number of sites, everything. Like when was it that you were just simply, okay, yes, I love the affiliate SEO, but I also want to look elsewhere?
Okay, I think it was when we had like 600 PBNs in our network, and we had like 80 money sites, I would say, and 60 of them were not so long term, and 20 of them were good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At that point, you are like, okay, this is getting a bit out of hand.
Yes, at that point, it's difficult to manage. It was difficult to scale, and because we didn't have like one really big site, but a lot of smaller ones or medium-sized ones, we had the problem what we also, all the manpower we had and everything we had, we didn't focus it just on one area to build it really nice. For example, if I could say it in one sentence, we didn't build our site for audiences. We built them for products, just based on products to sell them. And I would say that was one of the biggest mistakes, because if you want to build a long-term project which has value and a high value and is a really good asset, like I'll say online real estates, you have to build them for audiences, not for products.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the few previous interviews, I actually talked to Emre. Emre, he built a site he sold it in 6 months for, I think, $115,000. And he shared this exact same tip, that not only stop focusing on only like product sales and money, but really just focus on bringing value to the user. And because of that, many just say the same thing, right? Focus on the user, bring them value and things like that.
Yeah, Yeah, if I would like start building an affiliate agency from scratch again, where we would build our own affiliate projects, I would say systemize everything and build everything for audiences, not for products.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And what kind of different affiliate methods were you trying? You mentioned you were trying dropshipping, FBA, everything.
This was something where we did not affiliate. This was just the time where we had a decent amount of cash, which we can work with. And this was our I think it's called shiny objective syndrome, where you think every other stuff is better and you try a lot of things out. This was what was the point where we lost a lot of our focus and we built many different projects. We launched our own FBA product. We had also our digital info product where we, in the fitness niche, and we also had our drop shipping store. What we also tried some stuff on eBay. We tried really a lot of different things, but when was like one big lesson we learned, but you have to focus on one thing, make it pretty big, and build a real organization. And this was I would say 6 months where we were really unfocused, but afterward we killed it one after one and just stopped everything. Sure, we lost a lot of money because we invested a lot in the different launches, but I would say it was a very nice decision.
Mm-hmm. That was in 2018?
I think it was 2018. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you started kind of trying to go into different directions, or just decided on one thing, that you were kind of done with affiliate. Did you maybe sell the sites? What was the decision you made?
Yeah, so what was the decision where we made? We will continue to focus on affiliate and to put everything inside where, and we wanted to continue to grow it. So we had a lot of other processes because that was the time where we tried to systemize everything to make it really scalable and to cut ourselves out of a lot of processes to go out there. So we built also like with the forum links in the past, now service together with a business partner who's now still one of our business partners. We built a project for link building, so our own customized tool where we had a dashboard, we have an outreach team behind of it, and we also offered this for clients. Mm-hmm. So clients can use it, and we used it for ourselves. What was the next step we did?
Mm-hmm. So that was kind of the first step into more like the company game from the affiliate, yeah?
Yes, right. That was really like the next step, because this was the point where I realized people really want to buy from us a lot, and we have like a high request with a high demand. And we also, after like 1 month, we needed to hire a lot of people to stop this demand, or to not stop it, but to give them
fulfill the orders.
Yeah, to fulfill the orders. And what was like the point where everything came in. Afterward, we had a lot of other requests in different areas, where this is the point where the marketing agency also came in the game. And when we had the decision, or for us, it was personally the decision, because the other business partner had the same. He had before also his affiliate business. He still has both. So his affiliate company is still one of his companies. But we decided what we want to cut out everything we do with affiliate and focus on building a team, building cool processes, systemize everything, building really a nice team of A players, which where I would say that everybody is better than me now, and it is like it now, because I would really say our SEO managers in our team are better than me now in this area. So that is something we wanted to do. And with the basic idea was that we wanted to first build the team, the processes, to later start building also our projects again, and just being our own clients with other companies. For example, the business partner I talked about, who still has his affiliate company, his affiliate company is client from a marketing agency, and the marketing agency is doing everything for it. That's like something we worked for, and it's working out pretty well.
And the affiliate sites you still have on the side, or have you like sold your share of them?
we still have them, so we didn't sell them. We're making revenue, but it's going down, and we are good with that because, like I said, we don't want to focus on that. And it was like medium sized, I would say, from us. So it's not so bad for us to lose everything, where the other business partners, affiliate business was a lot bigger. So I can understand why we still have it. That's how we did it.
Yeah, so you're just focusing now on the area where you see more potential and long-term growth, right?
Yes, right. Where we want like to build real business value in the company, a real organization. This is like.
And how did you go about just doing the processes? That's something that's very interesting to me. Just building out the processes, especially for the leads coming in, for them being processed, and then the outreach. How did you go about doing that, especially at 18, or you were even younger when everything started?
Yeah. What is like, which were the main lessons which I could learn were, it's this process, because this was a completely other game. Out of a sudden, you're making such high amount of revenue that it's also a problem. Completely different problems are coming in. You're making so much revenue, and you have to look at your KPIs to show, to look how the cash flow flows. When you have problems that you really have a high revenue, but your outcomes are going faster out when your incomes, and a lot of other problems are coming, or your employees are also using your PayPal's credit cards, and you have to work with budgeting in the different departments. So this was really a point where we had to learn how to really build companies, how to build departments, how to hire people, how to talk with them, how to make our daily meetings, our weekly meetings, how to structure everything down, build everything in processes, reporting KPIs, check our KPIs, and look for fast, quick improvements based on our KPIs and what's the next best step we can do. Like, this was really a completely other thing for us, which we have to learn, but I'm very grateful for that I had the opportunity to learn that, because these are pretty nice learnings, and I'm still developing in that area. But I would say that until now, we really built very nice processes, a really clean structure, clean offices, rules in the offices, so many different areas which we now master to do. And there are still so many other areas which we have to master in the future, which will let us grow even bigger. And that's what we are working now on.
Mm-hmm. And how did you go about learning all of that? Any books, courses? What exactly did you like focus on, so that was it just experience and just trying out different things?
Yeah, I read one very good book, which is called Scaling Up in this area. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these processes are based also on the book, but I also read a few other books where I take like the key informations out. But I would say the core book where we took almost a lot of informations out where is Scaling Up, and a lot of other things are trial and error. Because one thing I realized is every business is different. Every business is starting from a different point, or probably you can systemize how to build companies. But if I have an affiliate site, a very big affiliate site in the health niche, and I'm launching my health company with my products, for example, it's probably for me, another approach is making much more sense than for other companies. For example, start promoting my products through our affiliates, or through my audience owners from the. I'm talking so difficult. Through my own affiliate sites, when the other way. So this is also one point I realized: every business is different, and every business has a different key to success, and you have to find the numbers how to open the lock.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And how are you, like, now that, is it everything already like at the point where it's able to run like without you and your business partner? Like, it's growing in kind of autopilot. Of course, there's still some focus from you that's needed, but do you have the freedom to focus on somewhere else maybe with this business?
Yeah, I would say yes, it's working pretty good also without me. For sure, I still want to be a part of it and try where I can help. But the main thing, what I'm doing now is just being in our weekly and daily meetings to check the KPIs, to talk with our different departments, to look where we can improve something. And the other thing I'm doing is like trying to hold everything together, probably anticipate problems which can come in the future and just be prepared for it. So what are like the two main things I'm doing? But I would say also with other things, it could work without me on autopilot, but we want to scale. That's why I also want to be a part of it, to push it even more and to scale it faster.
Amazing. So at what point did you then decide that you also wanted to start like another marketing agency on top of Trust Factory, I'm guessing we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was out of a demand. So we had the demand. People were we were referring others to us, and we were saying, hey, we can do it good. The main thing was also because we knew our projects. For example, we were in a lot of niches, we were top affiliates and also our business partners. And so we had like this fame, I would say, a little bit from these different areas. And the demand was coming in. So we started to build a team around of it. And we also had ourselves the demand to put our projects inside that, to work with that. And the goal to use them later, but to not do our mistakes we did one time again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first one, the links, the second one is this one. What about the third one? From what I understood, the third one is kind of like a holding company where you buy existing businesses and kind of make them better, if I understood correctly.
It's like a venture company, a holding company. It's for that purpose. But we didn't do it until now. It's just for the future. We prepared it, so we plan to do it in the future. Now we are preparing for it, but we are not doing it right now.
Mm-hmm. So the plan is to use your knowledge, everything that you've learned from building a Trust Factory, and then just apply it to other businesses that maybe are doing good, but you know that you could absolutely kill it by just fixing them up, right?
Right, yeah. Or for cooperations, this is something we have already. For example, if you have a demand and clients want to work with you, where will be for sure like a few clients where you think probably it makes sense to make a cooperation with them, have shares in the different projects, and that's something we have also inside of that. But like the main thing we were preparing here for is to later buy out companies and put them in the structure.
Mm-hmm. That's basically just doing affiliate SEO, but on a much larger scale, right?
Yeah, right. That's like the main idea of that whole thing.
Amazing. And do you ever plan on doing like an exit from one of your companies, or just still have so many ideas that you just implement for future growth?
Yeah, but probably we are planning an exit with one of the companies. Later, we're not sure of that now, but what's also nice to have the structure because you are ready at every moment for an exit. But it's not planned right now, but in the future, probably it's possible.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of like the main lesson that you learned through this entire process of switching from the affiliate to full on business mode, what would that be? Like the number one thing that did you, maybe if I can call it that, where you were the worst at, that kind of surprised you maybe?
Yeah. You mean something which I couldn't do before but can do now? Something.
Yes, but now maybe something that you improved at the most from doing this transition, right? From affiliate to business, to corporate business.
Yeah. I would say I have like two key learnings from that. One is what you really have to understand people, how people think, and how to work with them. Because if you're building an organization or a business, you're working with people, you're hiring people, and we are, for example, like running the departments from you. And you have to understand what we really want, because your team or how good your team is how good your company will perform, or how the people inside the company are. And what was like one of the key learnings for me, how to work properly with the team, with the people inside of it, and how to build with different processes, and also how to connect everybody together. Because if everybody's in a different area, they are probably not so connected. Or if one team is in Cyprus, the other in Germany, they are also probably not so connected. And how you can keep this team spirit very high, and the motivation to let it work so good how it worked with you, just with you. That was like one thing. And this leads also to the second key learning. That was that you should not expect that if you are starting to building a team directly from the beginning, or in the process, that it will work so good like directly from the beginning, like it worked with you. Because this is like you're building a completely new team. We have to understand what you do, what you sell, who your audience is. And until we understand everything as good as you do, a lot of time, or not a lot of time, but time passes, and which is something which you just have to accept, but it takes time. But it takes time, but it pays off after you really have a nice, well connected team together in your business. It will scale like hell.
Yeah. Just wanted to mention a book. I'm not sure exactly about the title, but it's based on growth hacking by Aladdin Happy. And he mentions how you need to kind of build a company / startup in a way of just doing like an MVP. You start out very small with very small investment, and you test like the acquisition, the retention, all those stages, and so that you can actually figure out if people are prepared to pay you for your product, and if you can actually deliver the value that they expect, and what kind of value they really expect. Because when you have all those like startup metrics figured out, it's much easier to position yourself, to market, everything like that.
Yeah, if you understand what your audience is, what we are doing, and how are you helping with your product, you basically understand almost everything in your company. Yeah.
And for hiring, do you use any kind of personality tests, or did you try to figure out their goals, people's goals, and then position them in small departments or teams in the company?
Yeah, hiring is, for example, something I did at the beginning a lot of mistakes, because like I took, for example, in different parts directly the first people which came and worked with them directly from the beginning. Now we have here a completely different process. So we figure out from the beginning what we really want from these people. We create like a scorecard, what the aims are. We implement everything our company goes, where everybody from our company can look in. And afterward, we are like building a small dequalification funnel, I would say, where we have videos, different templates, or tests for the specific hire. So we are building it especially for that, and sending a lot of people to it through referrals, through advertising, and so on. And just these people who watched everything, came through out of everything, are applying for our job. Afterward, we are meeting with everybody, talking with them. We are making a trial. And after this trial, we will have like at least 10, 15 people, or 5 till 15 people, I would say, which we met with. And afterward, we just decide with whom we are going to work to. That's how we do it right now. We don't have a personality test. We meet with them in person. And
so you basically created a funnel, but not for the sales, but for hiring, essentially, right?
Yeah, we could describe it like that.
Yeah, because you're so successful at sales, because they happen like on autopilot, I'm guessing, that you're more focused, and all companies that are really successful, I feel like, put more focus on hiring down the line after they get more successful, than to just sell, right? Because at the end of the day, the people are what make the value of a company.
Yeah, right. Especially at the beginning, we were like really successful with sales, because we had a big amount already, which we have to fulfill, like you said. And right now we are building our sales department, or are building our sales and marketing department in the marketing agency again, because now we have the process where we fulfilled everything. We are working with these clients now and have to grow again in this area. So this is something we are doing right well now.
Awesome. And for the future, any big plans, any big goals that you set for yourself, your company?
Yeah, we have, like in every company, we have very big goals, especially like the visions we have in the company. Also where our software company will go in the future. I can say what we will probably, or we tend to grow out of this just SEO area in the future, to go in like more directions and to be holistically, and to work holistically, just because we realized that everything works better if you use your existing position you have already. For example, if you are already really famous in a niche because you get a lot of traffic, where everything else will work better. And this is something we are realizing right now. Your ads, for example, your emails, your calls of the customers, because you are more connected with your audience, and that's something we will do in the future, but that's like a matter of years, so it's not right now. It's
so niche positioning at the end of the day, you're trying to say yes.
No, it's not like niche positioning, but it's like just also growing out of this. We are now very focused on just SEO, because it's our core skill, and that's pretty good, and we will still develop it. But somewhere in the future, in a few years, we are planning to do this, probably with buying out companies.
Amazing. Cool. If people want to ask you a question, check out your website, your companies. What would be the best place to do that, to find you?
I have my personal website, maxbogdan.com, or just on Facebook, LinkedIn. I have the same name everywhere.
Cool. Yeah, I'll link all the links in the description. Any last thoughts?
No, I don't have everything.
Thanks so much, Max, for joining me. This was really cool, and hopefully we can do another one soon when your company achieves even more.
Yes, thank you, and also thank you for giving me the chance to speak here, and I wish you all a good day.